Eleanor. The story Grandma's going to read you today takes place on a farm. Do you know what animals live on farms? What do you think we'll see in the book? Does a lion live on a farm? No, not a lion. What lives on a farm? Maybe a cow? Maybe a chicken or a goat? Oh, look at that. This story has a chicken, a goat, a pig, and a cow in it. It's called A Squash and a Squeeze, and it's by Julia Donaldson, one of our favorite authors. Here we go. Oh, I like the inside cover. Cool. All the animals lined up. Oh, and look. Oh, the hen laid an egg. Right on is that a rug? Weird. A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. "There's not enough room in my house." "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." Oh dear, it is kind of a small house, isn't it? And here's what he said. "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over a jug. Oh dear, the hen's making a mess. What was he thinking? The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was little for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle, there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and stepped on the egg and sat down to nibble the table leg. Oh my gosh, her house is getting messier and messier. Look at the squashed egg. Oh dear. The little old lady cried, "Glory me! It was tiny for two, and it's crampy for three. The hen pecks the goat, and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." There he is going by outside the window. I wonder what his advice will be this time. "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." But she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the cupboards again and again. Oh gosh, look at the food all over the floor. The goat's sitting on her bed. Oh, what a mess. The little old lady cried, "Stop! I implore. It was crampy for three. It's teeny for four. Even the pig in the cupboard agrees. My house is a squish and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squish and a squeeze." Well, after all that mess in her house, I'm surprised she's still asking that old man. Is he really wise? Gosh. Oh, here's what he said. "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look and jumped straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and harped out a jig. Oh my gosh, a cow on the table? Oh, that's just terrible. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for 4, and it's weeny for 5. I'm tearing my hair out. Oh, I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." The animals look like they're smiling at her, don't they? "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then it'll be back where I first began." But she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better. At least I can sneeze again." She showed out the goat and she shooed out the pig. "My house is beginning to feel pretty big." Then she huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house. It's enormous now." Maybe he is wise after all. "Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5 and it's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble, there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house." And now she's full of frolicsome fiddle-dee-dee. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolic and fiddle-dee-dee. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. There she is, dancing in her house. And there he goes. He helped her out, didn't he? Did the house get bigger? What happened? Oh my gosh. She found out what it was like to live in a really squashed house, didn't she? And suddenly, when all of the animals were out, oh, it seemed so big and cozy. It's all a matter of perspective. He was pretty wise after all. And that's the story of A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson. And the pictures are by Axel Scheffler. I think he drew the pictures to most of her stories. You know what surprised me? This book was written a long, long time ago, in 1993. And in 1993, your brother Christian was only 2 years old. Yeah, so this book is getting pretty old, isn't it? I hope you liked my story of A Squash and a Squeeze. Grandma loves you. Bye-bye.